It was the perfect setting for a game of hide and seek, or so I thought. A group of friends and I had decided to spend the night in this supposedly haunted mansion, seeking thrills and unforgettable memories. With the creaking wooden floor beneath my feet, I held my breath, trying to stifle my excitement. I was chosen as the seeker, so I began to count to 100, my heart racing as I heard my friends' footsteps scrambling to find their hiding spots. "Ready or not, here I come," I called out, my voice wavering slightly. The air grew heavy as I started my search, flashlight in hand, casting erratic beams of light into the dimly lit corners. The house seemed to hold its breath as I ventured deeper into its mysterious depths. The minutes stretched on, and one by one I found my friends. Laughter and whispers echoed through the halls as they were discovered and revealed themselves. But as time went on, I began to realize that there was one person left unaccounted for. My friend Lily. I called her name, my voice quivering more with each repetition. "Lily, come out, it's over." I tried to sound brave, but the unease was creeping in. The silence that followed my calls was deafening, broken only by the distant howl of the wind outside. My heart pounded in my chest as I retraced my steps, searching every nook and cranny of the house. The once familiar rooms now seemed like a labyrinth of shadows, concealing secrets and fears. Panic began to claw at my throat as minutes turned into hours, and still there was no sign of Lily. Then, as I wandered into the dusty attic, my flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. My heart raced as I caught a glimpse of something in the corner, something moving. Trembling, I approached cautiously, my mind spinning with dread. There, in a dimly lit corner, was Lily. Her eyes were wide with fear and her skin was ashen. She whispered my name in a shaky voice, her words barely audible. "I heard them," she said, her voice quivering. "The whispers. They told me to stay hidden." I pulled her into a tight embrace, feeling a shiver run down my spine. We hurriedly descended the attic stairs, leaving behind the oppressive air of that room. Lily's face was etched with terror, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister had been lurking in those shadows. Something that only she had encountered. To this day, Lily refuses to speak of what she heard in that attic, but sometimes when the wind rustles through the trees outside my window, I catch a faint whisper in the breeze. A whisper that sends chills down my spine, reminding me of that fateful game of hide and seek. The sun had set, casting the suburban neighborhood into darkness, and the moon hung in the sky like a pale guardian. It was a warm summer evening, and the sounds of crickets and distant laughter filled the air. My childhood friends and I gathered in the backyard, excitedly planning a game of hide and seek that would surely be the highlight of our sleepover. I was chosen as the seeker, and I closed my eyes, counting aloud while my friends scattered to find their hiding spots. When I reached the designated number, I called out, "Ready or not, here I come," and began my search. The neighborhood was familiar, but the night seemed to transform it into an alien landscape. As I crept through the yards and peered behind bushes, my heart raced with anticipation. Laughter and rustling leaves were the only sounds that broke the silence, but one sound was notably absent, my friend Jake's voice. I found my other friends quickly, their giggles giving away their hiding places. But as minutes turned into an hour, there was still no sign of Jake. Panic gnawed at the edges of my excitement, and I began calling his name louder, desperation creeping into my voice. I combed through the neighborhood, searching every possible spot he could be, but he was nowhere to be found. The night seemed to close in around me, and the once familiar streets felt like a maze of uncertainty. Tears welled in my eyes as I realized that something was terribly wrong. My friends and I ran to Jake's house, banging on the door and calling his name. His parents' faces turned pale when we told them that we couldn't find him. They called the police, and soon the whole neighborhood was searching for our missing friend. Hours passed and the night grew colder. Fear clung to us like a shroud as we continued to search, our flashlights cutting through the darkness. But it was as if Jake had simply vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a void in our hearts and a sense of unease in the air. Days turned into weeks, and the search efforts continued, but Jake remained elusive. His disappearance became a haunting mystery that gripped our small community. Rumors spread like wildfire, whispers of otherworldly forces and dark secrets hidden within the shadows. As the years went by, the memory of that night never faded. The laughter of hide and seek had turned into a haunting echo in my mind, a constant reminder of the friend who had vanished without a trace. To this day, whenever I pass by that old neighborhood, I can't help but wonder what happened to Jake. Whether he was lost to something beyond our understanding, or if there was a secret he took with him into the darkness. Both stories left an indelible mark on my soul, forever intertwining the innocence of childhood games with the sinister mysteries that sometimes lurk just beyond our perception.